Cheers to everyone for watching. My name is Mitchell Hall. I am Canadian and I review Canadian albums. Today I'm going to be reviewing the self-titled record from Devarrow. Devarrow, otherwise known as Graham Ereaux, is a singer-songwriter who was born and raised in Moncton and now resides in Halifax, Nova Scotia. This is his sophomore record after putting out his 2015 record, The Great Escape, and he spent the last 4 years mostly touring, performing everywhere in North America and Europe mostly. Some of the songs released on this album even come up in videos on the internet from 3 years ago. Songs like Crashed Cars, which are written in like a one-man band mentality a la Shaky Graves. These one-man band performances, whether they're on guitar and a suitcase drum, or on piano, are layered with keyboards and electric guitar and drums and make for a really nice, well-textured record. There are quite a few tracks on this album that I enjoyed, such as the opener, Heart Attack, which shows Graham singing about what sounds like anxiety and a panic attack, and sung in a nice three-part harmony with finger-plucked guitars. After opening up the album with a couple of tracks that I just mentioned, Graham dives deep into his complexity with living at home. He talks about having a problem with drugs and addiction on the song Ghost. And he talks a lot about being afraid of getting old, which works out best on the song Hollywood for me. On this track, he states that he's afraid of growing old, but he also uses Hollywood as a metaphor for a place with hope and misunderstanding. I think he does this even better on the track Unwired, in which he takes this character that seems to be working at a gas station and has a mental breakdown. He's pondering leaving home to run away from getting older and feeling tied and tired to the strangers that we all see. This track reads a lot to me like an Andy Schaaf song, except a little bit stripped down from Andy Schaaf's meticulous productions. In fact, this album works in a good blend of folk and rock and a little bit of psychedelia. Take the track A Dream the Veil, which has this really nice night beach vibe. It's just Graham playing it with a piano and his voice way back in the mix. It's really pretty with some nice improvising happening on the outro. I also like the album closer Sleep Dream, in which Graham is imagining someone who is sleeping right beside him, except there is really nobody sleeping beside him. And I also like the track The Stadium, which is bookended by this AM sports radio commentator, as Graham is discussing watching sports for a method of both anger and for happiness, and feeling like he's not lonely anymore because a bunch of people are doing the same thing. A bunch of songs on here are talking mostly about the same struggles and tortures, the main one being that he is stuck in his hometown. But I think people will enjoy the subtle imagery of small city life, things like diners and gas stations and just walking around. I definitely enjoyed it on my first shot of the album. However, as I digested it more, I felt like there was less connections to unique things and deeper things than Graham was actually leading on. So hearing the same themes and feelings in these songs over and over again kind of made me enjoy the album slightly less. I'll also say that some of the tracks sound too vibey, as if Graham isn't really focused on articulating his lyrics as much as the rest of the songs. And the track Repeat is probably the biggest offender for this. Graham's singing starts to become unintelligible even before the tape delay comes on. Add that to the observation that there aren't that many imagery connections going on, and I just kind of was turned off from this track, except for just, feeling the vibe. A couple songs on this record also sound like it stemmed from that one-man band performance style that Graham has, especially the song Cold Sweat. The track does come off like really quick, unstructured songwriting, even though the vibe is, again, nice. So if you're interested in hearing some pleasant music with some sad boy lyrics, and if you're into indie folk, I would recommend this album for you to give it a shot. But because I enjoy this album slightly less than how I started out with it, I'm feeling about a decent to strong 6 on it. If you liked hearing what I had to say about Graham's project, Devarrow, like this video and go ahead and like some of his videos too. Comment with your thoughts, and if you had listened to the album, share it with your friends if you like the music, and subscribe to my channel for more Canadian album reviews. Special thanks to my subscribers as well. My name is Mitchell Hall. Cheers again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one out there.